you today to open with me to the letter, to the second epistle of John. The second letter of John. It's a very small letter. It's only one chapter. And we're going to look at this beautiful letter, this powerful letter that's made of 13 verses that opens up a whole new chapter. And it guides us to really understand the key points that John, the beloved, is writing. So let's read together in the second epistle of John. It starts with the word the elder. And I think John was now really old. He's gone through a whole journey all his life. And a lot of it has been adventurous. It has been hard. It has been beautiful. You know, you could recall John would remember the time that he walked with Jesus, the time that he saw the miracles, the time that he saw the wonders, the time that he was without Jesus, and then the time that he was with Jesus, the time that he was a fisherman, and he saw, you know, how Jesus came into his life and took him on this amazing journey. And so John, now the beloved, is old, and he could reflect on this journey that carries within its loins a lot of like sweetness, glory. It carries with it hardships, sufferings. You know, John, at the end of his life, he was persecuted, and he was put in exile into an island. So John, all his life, carried the cross, and he carried the message, and he suffered, he struggled, and but yet he held on to the hope that's found in Jesus. And still, when he was old, was still writing letters to exhort and encourage, you know, the church. So he writes this letter. It says, to the elect lady and her children, whom I love in truth, and not only I, but also all those who have known the truth. Well, we don't know. They never mentioned the name of the lady that he's writing to, but some of the theologians, they said that he was writing to the church, and he called the church the lady. Now, it doesn't matter if it was a real person or it was a body of people that's called the church that the letter is written to. What the letter carries within it is that it starts with addressing the whole family or the whole body and saying to them, whom I love in truth. I love in truth. John, throughout his the gospel and the letters, he almost writes the word truth almost like 37 times. He mentions the word truth. And he mentions the word love all the time, like we read the epistle last week. He mentions love all the time. So these two are the anchor of his message. Truth and love. These are the two main points within the letter. And I want you to write these two words down, and I want you to do your own search about truth and about love. I just start with this. Truth without love, it becomes legalism and very judgmental. If you go to that extreme, without love, you'll be bringing the law to the people. That's what truth is all about. But if you go with love without truth, you will be opening a whole door for lawlessness, that people can do whatever seems right in their own eyes. So truth and love, they are married to one another, bring forth the heart of Jesus. So the two cannot separate from one another, truth and love. So when John is speaking here, he's speaking about love in truth. And there's a lot of people love without the truth. And that's sad enough, because they okay sin and they okay lawlessness. But John here is expressing something that's very foundational in the Bible. The reason it is foundation, because that is what Jesus is all about. When Jesus came, He didn't come only with the law, because we will all be in trouble. Moses came, and through Moses came the law. And the Israelites were having a hard time living according to the law. As you and I know that the law was not given that people could live up to it, because nobody could live up to the law, because the law is perfect. The law is pure. The law is a standard that no sinful man could ever attain to it, no matter how righteous a man could get. So the law was given in order to expose the sin within us, the limitations within us, so that we can run to the mercy of God and cry out for help. So the law came through Moses in order to show the world and the people of the Israelites that you need a sacrifice. You cannot live up to your own righteousness. Now, I want to say this to all of you. Just understand that the gospel is about sinners coming to redemption. It's about sinners finding hope, sinners finding acceptance, sinners returning back to the house or to home. That's what the gospel is all about. The gospel is about God opening up again heaven to restore back a fallen man. And so Jesus, when he came with truth and grace. He brought forth truth and grace. There's a lot of grace. That means love and truth. And Jesus came for this purpose. He came to reveal the truth. And when they asked him, what is the truth? So the truth is not a what, the truth is who. Jesus said, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man comes to the Father except through me. So now we understand truth is a person. It's not just a bunch of laws written on paper. Truth is a person called Jesus Christ. Now, we want to define love. Love is not just an emotion that we only express towards one another. Love is a person. God is love. So I just want you to understand, as you look at these words that are on the screen, I want you to understand that these words embodies a person. His name is Jesus Christ. And the more you draw closer to him, the more these words become life into your heart. When you enter into that intimate relationship with him, then he will imprint his truth and his love within your heart. So when John the Beloved is writing to love the church or to love the lady and her children, he said this, not just I love you, no, I love you in truth. That means the source of my love is Christ. The source of the truth is Christ. And apart from Christ, you and I will live in darkness. That's what he was saying to him. And then he said, not only I, so it shouldn't be exclusive to John, the Beloved, to love this way, to love in truth. It says, but also all those who have known the truth. That means those that have the revelation of the love of God, those that have the revelation of the truth of God, those are the people that can love in truth because they had a revelation of Jesus Christ. Now, why is this so important? I'm going to stop right here and explain this. Why it is so important in our days? Because the truth had been under attack. There's something called absolute truth. And that absolute truth can never change. Just like God can never change. He's yesterday, today, and forever. If we say the truth is Jesus, Jesus is yesterday, today, and forever. It doesn't change. So what is that to do with us? Because we live in a world that has tampered with truth. You can see it all over the news. You could open the TV and you could find out. Everybody says what is right in their own eyes. Everybody creates their own truth. Matter of fact, I want to tell you, you create your own truth. If you don't know the absolute truth, you create your own truth. Me? Yes, you. You and I could fall into that trap, because everybody creates truth that fits their own lifestyle. That means when you want to do something and you want to excuse yourself, you create a truth around it in order for you to be convinced that what you're doing is right. And you will not know that you're doing is right or wrong until the real absolute truth shines its light on you. Like some people say, it's okay to lie. Well, then go ahead and lie. But when God said, do not lie, He created an absolute truth and He shines His light on that, then you have to stand there and make a decision. Are you going to follow your relative truth, that means the truth that you've created, or are you going to humble yourself and follow God's truth? That we have to lay down everything that we know and just run to Him and learn from Him. That's why He said, come and follow me. That's why He told the disciples when they came and they said, we want to know about, come and follow me. I will teach you all things. So why is it so important? Because absolute truth is under attack. If people understand the reality of the absolute truth, and they will heed it, and they can live by it, their lives will change. Instead, directly or indirectly, people, directly or indirectly, they ended up either willfully or just out of ignorance, they end up rejecting the absolute truth. And so what they do is that they no longer draw their life from the biblical standards. They draw their life from their own experience. They draw their life from their own culture. They draw their life from their own relationship with others. And some people draw their life from scientific discoveries. They say, oh, but science says this, or knowledge or philosophy. You know, if people come with a convincing idea and people don't have the truth, then their life is shaken and they absorb and they adopt that idea. It's very dangerous to base your life on other people's views or your own experiences. I'm trying to knock here some foundations that we build indirectly. It's very dangerous to build your life on your own culture. It's very dangerous to build your life on your own experiences. A lot of people say, but this is what I've experienced. It's very dangerous. Everything that you have experienced, everything that's within your culture, everything that are scientific discoveries, everything that's logical or facts, it needs to be tested in the face of absolute truth. That's why in high school and college, people do whatever they want. You know, they say, you don't date? Whoa. You mean you never date? You never go out with a girl by yourself? And then, well, the answer is not that we're afraid to do that. It's that we know the danger when a culture imposes on you to do something that would lead you into further sin. Because you cannot be vulnerable to the situation sometimes. And we end up having what? Sex. That's why we have sex all around the world. Because people have lowered the standard. You know, let's look at businesses. You know, you could succeed and make all the money in the world, but you've already did it with lies and cheating. You became rich, but you built it on the wrong foundation. And it goes on with any relationship, any family, any encounter, anything that you go through. It needs to be tested in the face of the absolute truth. Who's the absolute truth? Is Jesus Christ. When you go to Him and you can say, Lord, I want to show you this, but show me your way. This is what I'm thinking, but show me your way. And then absolutely Jesus will be more than happy to show you His way. That's why we have such a